Hello and welcome back to Fist Entertainment. As we go into October of 2020. Now Fantasy Island, which I will be uploading quite quickly, is the last one from September, obviously. So let's do a first unveiling of our first little, I say mediocre, which means not spectacularly known, not overly respected franchise, with the unveiling of this. Now this is obviously the generic 20th Century Fox box set of the first 3 Omen movies and the remake. The 4 films obviously not in this set, but it really all depends upon if you're a fan of that movie or not. I am not. And this I got for basically nothing, so I prefer this box set right here. Alright, well that's what it looks like on that and that. Take it out. Not a big fan of the design of this thing, but like I said, it's a cheapie. They're all in their like little individual sleeves, obviously. Well, I put this box set off for years and years and years because I always thought that the Omen movies were really just a crapshoot. Give me a second here, people. Which means, you know, a movie franchise that is probably, well, shit. Well, it has its ups and downs, but I wouldn't exactly call it shit. Like, for example, let's go into the first film, because I will be doing these films individually on this box set, not the whole box set in one video. So let's talk about the first film, The Omen. I have to look for a date on here, make sure I know when it was released. I got it there, it's right on the back. When it's this kind of wood around, I have to make sure that it's all good. Yeah, it is. Alrighty. 1976's The Omen, directed by Richard Donner, who we know is the director of Superman the movie and the original cut of Superman 2. Alright. Well, first, my opinion and as well as the history. This was the film that every movie studio in the 70s, in late 60s, passed on and passed on and passed on to make because they thought that this was so anti-religious and so satanic that no one wanted to touch this movie. And Richard Donner always wanted to do a horror movie. Now, what's funny is, The Omen's actually Richard Donner's first real movie. And The Omen, from 1976, led to him actually having a big career, in which he directed episodes of Tales from the Crypt. He also was responsible for some of the Outer Limits episodes, obviously very well known for The Goonies, as well as I believe he was involved with The Goonies. Maybe he produced or directed it, but I believe he was involved with The Goonies. He obviously made the first 2 Superman movies. But yeah, it led to a very good career for him. It's kind of cool how some of these old cult movies lead to directors having a very glorious career. Forgive me, I'm also watching the movie while doing this. It's not related to this event. Although I could make this one related if I wanted. I won't though. So The Omen from 1976. The Omen from 1976. Well, definitely what to say. They got the right cast for this movie. I mean, Gregory Pike was definitely the perfect choice to play the character of Robert Thorne. Robert Thorne is a very interesting character. But let's go into my opinion of the film first. I thought that this film really had that weary, more of a exposition of an apocalyptic movie, or in this case, pre-apocalyptic movie. It goes into really just exposition and visceral psychological journey into how to tell lies and the consequences of lies, and having that lie become a nightmare. Which brings us into the plot of the film. A politician working for the United States Embassy, he's about to get promoted to the ambassador of the U.S. to Great Britain. Basically, his wife gave birth to their first son, and the son died upon delivery. And a priest offers him a choice to lie to his wife by adopting in secret a newborn boy. He goes along with it so he doesn't traumatize his wife. They raise this kid, named the kid Damien. And Robert Thorne gets approached by this radical priest who is trying to convince Robert Thorne that his son is the Antichrist, the son of the devil. And he suddenly discovers that this is true when weird things happen. And eventually he, after the death of this radical priest, he teams up with a journalist, a fellow journalist, and they go to Jerusalem, to Megiddo, and discover that it's all part of a prophecy. And in order to prevent the end of the world, Thorne has to sacramentously kill his son, or the child that he adopted, whatever you want to call it. And eventually it ends with him, obviously, at the last second having cold feet, and the cops shooting him to death. And then we see Damien at Thorne's grave, going ahead and smiling at you in the camera. Now I know there's a lot more to the plot, but I just wanted to make that quick because we are at 7 minutes and 53 seconds now. And we try to keep these reviews to 12 minutes. Well, the quality of the movie. The Scream Factory Collector's Edition of the Omen films probably look and sound better than this box set. I would say it's very grainy. It's very warm color temperatured. This is a 2.35 film, I believe. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 2.35 film. Which means we'll have bars on the top and bottom of the screen, just like you do when I go into old movies mode on this camera. It is in 5.1 DTS HDMA, and this is 1976 movie, so obviously Dolby Stereo had just came onto the market at this point in time, and it made its first debut in 75. It was not used in this film. This film was originally presented in mono, so don't expect too much out of either overhead effects or surround effects, depending on what type of sound system you have. But does it have a theatrical value watching it theatrically in this Blu-ray? Yes, it does have a bit of a theatrical type presentation to it. And it's not completely useless on the 5.1 sound either. There actually is some effects. It's just, don't expect anything great from the effects. It's just there. The picture, you can tell that it's definitely in HD, but like I said, it's a very old movie, and they didn't at all give it respect. This is why Scream Factory bought the rights to the Omen movies and released their limited edition 4-film set. Now, they couldn't acquire the rights to the remake of the Omen, mind you, but they did get the 4 original movies out. For a film I know nothing about and will not be reviewing, don't care, never watched it, never cared for the movie. I just think that the story came to a close with the final conflict. But that's my thoughts on The Omen from 1976. Also, might add, I did mention that I thought it was a great idea to have Gregory Pike play our main character. Well, the reason why is because Gregory Pike, as well as well, I can't believe I forgot his name. But I forget the name of the other guy. But Gregory Pike is also one of the main actors that Alfred Hitchcock used in his suspense psychological thrillers as well. Forgot the other guy's name, although I just reviewed that set. But yeah. So it's kind of cool to have that type of actor be in the first movie. It's definitely added an element. But yeah, that's my reviews on The Omen. Welcome to 2020 October Fest, the second half of Horror Fest 2020 for me. And I will see you guys next time for my review of Damien, The Omen 2. Until then.